way. And that's how it got down to Mr. Vu, Swigger, and A Butter. And that's how you get the end result of what you are seeing now, which is the third iteration of Natural Elements, which is my man A Butter, Swigger, and myself.
Gotcha. This month is the 25th anniversary of Lyrical Tactics. Can you take us back to creating that masterpiece and the moment that you seen this in the Source magazine?
Yo, so after that little thing about shopping a deal, to get a solo deal, we went to several places. We were this close, and then, the big boys passed. We had plenty of people campaigning for us that really wanted us. We had the Peter Kangs, we had the Riggs, we had my man Scott, that was Scott Free and Loud. We had a bunch of people that were campaigning for us and that were trying to get us this solo deal. But the big, the guys that write the checks and the ones that make the decisions, they passed on it. So it kind of put a sour taste in everybody's mouth. It kind of made me feel like, gee. But my Fortress brothers, man, they was like, what? You crazy, man. Come on. We could do this, man. We could do this. Let's do this single, man. You see the buzz. You see what happened with the compilation, man. You crazy. You should have never held back. They kept telling me you should have never held back. You should have never, but we could still move forward and we could still do something crazy. So my thing was that, okay, I'm back home. Just start off where I left off at. You know what I'm saying? And so that was the idea with Lyrical Tactics. I'm just basically, which was Come Off Hard Part 2. I'm just basically starting where I left off at. You know the premise, strictly lyrics, no gimmicks. You know the premise. So Charlemagne had the beat, and he said, yo, this is the way it should start. He said you should start it with that rhyme from Come Off Hard, because I put a pen in motion with the notion of eliminating static, using lyrical tactics. And then he said we're going to bring, I think it was Riz, DJ Riz. We didn't know who we were going to bring in, but we're going to bring in somebody to do the cuts using Lyrical Tactics. And but we had the beat already. So I took the beat home, I lived with it, and I came up with those rhymes for it. Now, the funny thing is that, once again, business-minded, Fortress being business-minded, my brothers Ray and Randy and them, they was like, yo, this is hard, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But once again, me and Charlemagne, we campaigned hard. We was like, no, y'all not getting it. Y'all not seeing what we see. This is crazy, you know what I'm saying? So we campaigned hard, and we got them to concede, because they didn't really want that song. You know what I'm saying? They was like, fool, you got to give us something else. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't give you nothing else, man. This is it. This is dope, man. What are y'all? You know what I'm saying? And they was like, me and Charlemagne campaigned hard. And Charlemagne campaigned hard. And we got them to concede, and they went with it. And then, as a bonus, what we said was, yo, let's just go ahead and put Hemlock on there, right? So that version of Hemlock was different from the original version, because, mind you, I had demos. They were being played on the radio. Hemlock was being played on the radio for a whole year before it came out as a demo, you know? They was just, and that's really where the buzz came from. When they heard that demo, everybody was like quiet, like, okay, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, not quiet, like bad quiet, but like quiet, like, yo, this shit is crazy. you
Right.
know? And so that original version was, I think it started like no MC equals when I'm representing for my peoples. I hit you off with a dose, you know, but it started differently from the one that I put out on the single, which was I was standing on the corner just to wasting my time. But long story short, we put that on there as sort of like a bonus to satisfy our, you know, day ones that was riding with us from that time, and that's how that came about.
Right.
So the buzz on that was crazy. It was bigger than the buzz on the first single, and it really it went places. And what I remember was being in the studio and them asking me, yo, Vu, can you type your lyrics? Or can you write your lyrics? Because we got to give it to the source. So I'm like, I'm going to give it to the source for what? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like a lot of shit was just the days to me. I was just going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? So when they told me that, I was like, yeah, I could do that. So, you know, I wound up having the lyric printed out and I gave it to them and they gave it to the source. And then I can't remember who told me first or where I got it from. I believe it was the brothers at Fortress that was like, yo, Vu, you're in the source. You got hip hop quotable this month, bro. I like, huh? What? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I found out. And I went to go look and I was like, you know, I can't even begin to tell you how that felt because like not any you couldn't listen. Um, for it at that time, quotable, it meant something.
Absolutely.
Meant something, right? Like you have the Nas's, you have the bigs, you got I mean, you name it, Raekwon, of Wu Tang, all of these cats, you know, and just me, you know, independently on a label, we don't have no major backing, we don't have none of that. We basically doing things out the attic, you know, and they acknowledged, they acknowledged me. It was like, okay, you know, I was on cloud nine for a minute, man. You couldn't tell me nothing. In a humble kind of way, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm the shit. I'm like, I'm up there with Nas and all of them now. You know what I'm saying? I got a quotable, you know? And so, you know, that's how it came about. Yo, peace to Riggs Morales, um, and the source at that time, those guys, um, saw it, you know, and it still buzzed me out to this day. Like, you know, they saw it, you know, and I didn't even know. I had no idea that that was what it was pushing towards, and that's what was happening behind the scenes. I know that on their side, they even got questioned like, "Yo, who? What?" And I heard what they did was they played it for them. They played the joint for them, and then everybody was like, "Okay, yeah, you can put." Like they played it. It was like, "Oh yeah," you know. So yeah, that's a definitely a milestone for me, you know,
Right.
a major thing, you know what I'm saying? And it was very humbling. And you know, if I never, you know, got to where people feel I should have, and even myself getting to where I feel I should have gotten, that gave legitimacy to everything that I was trying to put forth and trying to portray and trying to bring forth and let people know that as a lyricist. You know?
Right. What came with that hip hop quotable? Are the labels coming knocking on your door now? What kind of reaction are you getting from the outside world?
It's funny, yeah. It's funny. I got a lot of attention behind that. But the problem is, once again, that there's politics. The guys that write the checks, you know, and that sign the cross the T's and dot the I's. They were looking for something different than maybe what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to understand that for me, it's not gimmicks. It never was. Um, Let the music speak for itself. Up to this point, that's what it's been. I got this far not by doing anything crazy, not by acting like a fool, not by playing myself out, just by consistently putting out good music, you know,
Right.
and that was a problem for them. But at the same time, I had the natural elements thing now, right? So now what do? Because now I got a buzz, but also I have the natural elements thing going on. So what I did was I kind of like said, let's do the group thing, um, because the solo thing wasn't working. I'm not getting where I wanted to go with that, you know, um, in terms of solidifying deals that are okay with me. You know what I'm saying? And so we went with the group thing. Natural Elements was buzzing. You know, we were buzzing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just Mr. Voodoo with the buzz. Natural Elements was buzzing. They with me wherever I go. They're with me wherever I go. Who else is with me? You know, those is my brothers. So Natural Elements is buzzing, and we myself, Trevor Baldwin, Swigger, and A Butter, we got together and we said, yo, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put together some songs and we're gonna do this. Now, this is the crazy thing, right? So we got Come Off Hard, Part 2, Lyrical Tactics, that's buzzing. We're going around, we had the demo deal with Def Jam. From that comes the Natural Elements thing, right? So we got two things going on at the same time. Bust Mine and Paper Chase now, right? So we got that now because we messing with, Stretch and Bob, and we would come and we would do our thing and we would freestyle on their radio show, and we got that thing, you know what I'm saying? So the Natural Elements thing has always been around, it's just maybe more a natural progression to what I was doing as a soloist.
So,
And yeah,
what happened at Fortress that led you guys to Dolo?
um, nothing really. Like Stretch approached us with the proposal to do a one-off with Dolo. What happened with Natural Elements was that we decided that we were going to try to shop a deal to a major label, but all of the principals, Charlemagne and everyone, would still be involved with that project. That was what was the intent when we decided we were going to go and shop a deal. But now what was happening was that as we're creating a buzz for ourselves and we're going different places, different people are approaching us and asking us if we want to do, little one-offs and singles and things like that. So we wound up doing that, Paper Chase and Bust Mine with Stretch on Dolo. Um, that was also at the time that we were putting together, Natural Elements was putting together their demo to shop to labels. So at that time, a lot of the songs that Natural Elements became kind of known for were being crafted at that time, while we were doing also, projects like the project at Dolo and all of that. So we were working behind the scenes and we were doing those things also.
Right. You mentioned Stretch and Bobbito. I'm sure by this time you guys are making your round on their shows a few times. Can you take us back to your favorite memory of being on Stretch and Bobbito show?
Yeah, yeah. My first time, on there. Now, this is the thing. Because I'm on the Underground Railroad with Jay Smooth, I'm developing a relationship with a lot of these guys, right? They're knowing me as, Jay Smooth's co-host, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even really going to say co-host, but I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm the resident poet laureate. You know what I'm saying? I got that title from Jay Smooth. Jay Smooth gave me the title of poet laureate, and I carried that. So I'm there, and I'm developing a relationship with all of these guys. So I'm going to their radio shows; they're going to ours. So Bobbito came to the Underground Railroad one time, and just happened to be there at one of the times when I was spitting one of my freestyles. So he was like, "Now they know me as Agu. They don't know me as Mr. Goo. They know me as Agu." So they're going. So he says, "Yo, Agu, I didn't know you could rhyme like that." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah. I got a little something." He was like, "Well, you need to come on my show and spit something." I'm like, "Nah, I can't. You know who's been on there, man? I can't." Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Nah, like he was like, come, man, come. You nasty, come." So, my fondest memory was that first time that I came. When I came and I explained to him, "Yo, this is, what I'm doing. I've been in the studios where I've got Fortress Entertainment. They're about to start their thing. I'm about to put a little single out or whatever." And he was like, "Word, that's cool." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Man, so." He was really cool. Stretching, every stretch was there. He was cool. And that first time rhyming, I think I had brought Swigger with me. At the time he was going by L Swift. I think I brought L Swift with me. Swigger, and I think I brought Ka with me too. That that's a fond memory. So I had Ka spit, I had Swigger spit, and then I spit. And I think that was the first time that we went up there. And he was like, "Yo, who your peoples?" And I was like, "Yo, this is my man Cod, K.A. This is my man Swigger. They came with me. They gonna represent." He was cool with it. He was like, "All right, okay, okay." And I believe that's how it went down. Like the first time I went there. But yeah, that's my fondest memory. And there are others, you know, you know, because we went to Stretch and Bob like numerous times. So every time we went there, it was like home away from, for me it was like home away from home. They joke, you know what I'm saying, they tease, they kid around, so yeah, that was the time the first time, yeah, was my fondest memory, you know
Very dope. Like you said, Bust Mine and Paper Chase was released in '97. At what point does Tommy Boy get into the picture?
about 98, 99, right? So at the time that we did the Dolo thing, we getting even a crazier buzz because that's a crazy single, right? People are loving Paper Chase. People are loving Bust Mine. Charlemagne once again bless us with some crazy beats. So we're getting a buzz now. We're performing this. We're going places. We're on Stretch and Bob. We're on Mayhem's show. We're doing college radio. We're all over the place with it. So based off of that buzz, um, you had Tommy Boy that was taking a real hard look at this underground scene, right? They're looking at what Raucus is doing with their artists. Um, they're looking at all these things. We still had Lyricist Lounge. They go into the lyric, So we had people at Tommy Boy that was actually out there and they're peeping what's going on. They're peeping the buzz that we got. They're peeping the buzz that several of the other artists have. And so their thing was, we need to we need to we need to get in on this movement, because these cats have something here. So like I said, during the year that we did Dolo, um, we are actually formulating a demo. We are actually putting together quality songs, good songs. A lot of the songs, like I said, that we became known for were actually formulated and made during that time. So Tommy Boy gets the demo and they love it. And they decide that, yeah, we're going to sign them, you know. And that's how Tommy Boy came into the mix, you know.
What was the deal details to that? Kind of see what you guys do with the single. I think you guys released Meltdown. What kind of reaction did that get?
Yeah. Okay. Now the single on Tommy Boy was actually um, "Live It Up" and "Two Tons." Now, what was going on with Tommy Boy, and from my understanding, what they were doing is they were signing a bunch of underground acts. They wanted to put singles out, with the underground acts and see what takes hold. But we also had an album deal with Tommy Boy, right? So what we're doing is, as we putting out the single, we're working on the album because we were slated to do an album with Tommy Boy. We didn't have a date when it would come out, but we were definitely in the studio recording an album for Tommy Boy because it was an album deal. It wasn't a single deal. It was an album deal. We had singles, but the ultimate thing was to put out an album. So we were recording. We were recording. We were in the mix. We were recording. Um, and but the actual details of the Tommy Boy deal was that it was an album deal. The first single that we did, which was "Live It Up" and "Two Tons," um, that song "Live It Up" was slated to go to the Black Mask soundtrack, right? So that's how they wanted to introduce us or whatever. And yo, peace, A, Vaudeville Spit. That's right. Theo Saddlemeyer is the brother, the lawyer that got us the deal with Tommy Boy. Theo Saddlemeyer is a prominent lawyer now. But I was one of his first clients. Like, he was actually helping me shop for a demo deal. I hate to backtrack,
It's all
but
good.
he was actually helping me to shop for a solo deal. I never forget when I met him. I met him at a lyricist lounge, and he came up to me and he was like, "Yo, you're dope. Here's my card. Come to the office. If you got some tracks, you got some songs, bring them with you. We're going to try and get you a deal." And that's how I met Theo Saddlemeyer. And Theo Saddlemeyer stayed with me and us throughout all of that. He got us a great deal. Theo Saddlemeyer's a great lawyer. He got us a great deal. And I happened to be one of his first clients, right? When
Mm.
he had a small office in Soho. So he, along with Trevor Baldwin, who was our manager at the time, um, shopped the deal. But Theo got us a great deal with Tommy Boy. And another detail, my man Swig, what up, what up, fam? Yeah, another deal, the detail of the deal was that we were able to keep our masters.
Very important.
And I tell you how Theo finessed that, but that's why Theo is where he is and who he is and where he's at now. So Theo, wherever you at, man, Theo Saddlemeyer, wherever you at, man, much love to you. God bless you um, for campaigning for us the way that you did, man. He really believed in us. And all through all the drama, I'll tell you, drama, I can't even get into a lot of drama. But he came, he stayed with us, man. He stayed with us. He believed in us, and he got us a deal. I don't know about the other artists on there, but we got our masters. And I remember a big thing with De La and my man Mace had that back and forth with Tommy Boy, and I'm saying to myself, damn, I can't believe they let us have our masters. They didn't even let De La Soul have their masters after all De La Soul did for that label. You know what I'm saying? and that was Theo. you know. So
Right.
that's one of the great, and that's why we were able to, and why you were able to, after all of that, still hear natural elements, because we were able to get those masters and kind of parlay it into other things to keep the name going and keep it out there. And even for myself, it helped me out with a lot of solo things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, those were the details of the Tommy Boy deal. Now the issue with Tommy Boy, um, with um, um, not like unlike some of the other labels, was that we came as we were. We didn't come with any gimmicks, right? We came as we were, and they were always looking for an angle. Like, how do we market this group, right? Um, the music is dope. Music is crazy, but how do we market this group? You know, and so because we didn't have a gimmick, and we didn't have any of the other drama that was going on with some of the other artists. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, let's be realistic. Drama and all of that stuff, it sells records. You know what I'm saying? Beef, all of that stuff, it sells records. You know, and
Right.
we have that. So we're campaigning and we're politicking and we're trying to get the label to understand that we're not that kind of a group. Our music speaks for itself. People vibe and love us because of what we bring to the table. You know, not all of the other side shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
um, so we're politicking with Tommy Boy. Yeah, you're right, Swig. We learning the system. We learning how things move in a label. You know, we learn a lot with them, and but it always came to a sticking point when it was time for that album to be released. Um, what singles are on it? You know, we had singles. We had a joint that we did, Secondhand Smoke, which a lot of people love, that had the Erica Badu sample on there. They was hyped about that too, and they liked that. You know, we had a few things, but like I said, it always came down to marketing issues. How do we market a group like Natural Elements? And it's very challenging, and I don't blame them. It's very challenging when you have a group like us, because in the dynamic of the way that labels work, they're looking for something. They're looking for an angle that will get you over, over the edge. But with us, it just kind of is what it is. You're gonna,
Right.
you're gonna get, you're gonna get crazy beats, crazy lyrics, crazy songs. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's always the issue with, and that's why we never were able to put out an album with them. But at the end of the day, as we separated, we were able to keep our masters. You know, and so I mean, enough props to Tommy Boy. There's no beef with Tommy Boy at all. None. We didn't leave them with a sour taste in our mouth. We didn't leave them with any beef. It just came down to them not really knowing how to work a group like Natural Elements the way that it should be worked. You
Right.
know, we're not, like I said, we just, it is what it is. But yeah, that's basically it with Tommy Boy.
Um,